£10,000. That's how much I made in September by doing Amazon FBA. Stay tuned to find out how much I actually made after all my expenses. You may be surprised. Hi guys, my name's Simon. I'm a six-figure Amazon seller in the UK, and today we're going to go over all of my profits for September 2024 through Amazon FBA. And by the end, you're going to get to see exactly how much money I made after I take off all my rather considerable expenses. So it was a very interesting month overall in September. I actually started off with an absolute banger, and I'll post on the screen here so you can see, but I actually made £5,026 in the first 10 days of September. And then it took me the rest of September, another 20 days, to make a further £4,997. So literally in that first 10 days, I made half the profit for the month, and then it took me the 20 days to make the other half. So I thought I was off to a really fantastic month, and then it just kind of whittled out a little bit and turned into a bit of what I'd call an average month, where I just scraped past that £10,000 profit. And to be quite honest with you, once all my refunds come in, I'm probably going to lose another 500 off the top of that profit. But yeah, it's an interesting month anyway. Definitely looked good to begin with, and then, as I said, whittled out a little bit. But overall, pretty happy. I think people were maybe not spending quite as much in the second half of September. I think people maybe are trying to save their money for Christmas. I think payday was quite late into September. I think the last payday was like the 30th. So, you know, it was quite a slow month overall. And I saw a lot of people say the exact same thing as well. That it was a little bit slow for everyone. A few people had an okay month, but overall, I think it was a bit of a slow one. And I think it's just the calm before the sort of Q4 storm. We all know that Q4 is going to be the big one. But yeah, so it was an interesting one for me anyway. But let's actually jump and look at the results. So as we can see here, we can see I made that £10,023 profit. So not too bad, really. And that came from 53,221 in sales from 1,100 units. So a nice 45% ROI there. So overall, those figures look okay. But let's actually look at some of the extra costs that I got charged on Amazon. So we can see here there are some other fees to take into account, the ones that Amazon charge us. So a couple of quid in return fees there, so £34 return fees, £67 in removals. I can't remember what I had removed, but a decent amount of stuff came back this month that I need to actually then either send back in or eBay. Transportation, essentially that's just the shipping costs. I accidentally sold an electrical item to Sweden, and that got, I think they didn't actually return it, but they got a big refund, like a €78 refund there, because it had a UK plug, and Amazon were on my case to, like, they wanted to actually open an investigation basically, and they wanted to open up you know, one of my units to test them. I said, no, I don't give you authorization for that. I know what the problem is. Anyway, and then storage, you know, not too bad at 350. That's not too bad considering how much stock I've got in Amazon, which is currently around 100 and... If you just refresh the toolkit here, I'll tell you, £119,000 worth of stock in Amazon. So, you know, and a bit of long-term storage. So definitely need to look at that long-term storage and try and whittle that down. And then the usual subscription fee there. So those are some extra fees we need to factor in as well. And then once we factor those in, we can see here that the total profit, according to Seller Toolkit, by the way, if you want to sign up for that, link in the description, a great dashboard to show your profit and loss on your Amazon. I made 9,387 profit, or a 17.64% margin, so not too bad. I've got a little bit of profit on reimbursements there. So now let's actually have a look at the profit after I take all my fees into account. So we can see here we've got that £10,023. After all the fees and Seller Toolkit, all the Amazon fees were down to 9,387. So right now I've got two and a quarter VAs. So I've got one VA, sourcing VA, that I share with 3 other people. I've also got 2 of my own VAs. One's a sourcing VA and the other one's an admin VA. So I've now got those extra VA costs that I've now got to take away from here. But it's really amazing having that admin VA. She's the latest VA to work for me, and really helps out with chasing invoices and things like that. Subscriptions, 381 and 40 pence. I actually think I need to have a little audit of these and think I can whittle these down a little bit actually, because I really think, not too crazy, but I reckon I could probably get these down to about 300, maybe 250. So I need to have a little audit on my expenses a little bit and just see where I can save money. Now, biggest expense right this month is prep fees, £1,405. So, or basically £1,406, basically. So, a lot of prep fees there. What I've been doing though is, front loading a lot of Q4 items. So there was a lot of UPS charges, obviously sending these items in as dangerous goods through the prep center. A lot of prep costs as well from the prep center. Considering how many units I sent in, it's actually not too bad. I'm getting a great deal. But that is the cost that I paid, basically. But yeah, that is, I sent a lot of Q4 stock in. So hopefully in Q4, October, November, December, I'm really going to be absolutely making it back. Making loads of profit, basically. But yeah, so definitely high prep fees. I think I actually sent in, my prep center wanted to send an entire pallet worth of dangerous goods, basically. So, but we decided not to do it through a pallet because of the insurance is a little bit of an issue. So it all went through UPS. Even though it was a little bit more expensive for me, I was more comfortable doing it that way with the insurance. But yeah, I sent a lot, 20, 30,000 pounds worth of dangerous goods in. So that's exactly why those prep fees are high. And then the storage unit again, which is turning more into a return unit now. Basically has mostly all my returns in there. So my returns now are basically not only costing me money from the fact they've been used and returned, but now I'm storing them as well. So that's something I need to sort out. Need to get a solution for that as well. And at the end of it, wow. I mean, we've gone from £10,023 all the way down to 6,654. So, I like to keep it real with you guys. I obviously do post these figures in social media, but, it's not possible for me to break this down on a daily basis. But yeah, this is the sort of end of month profit, I suppose. So where we go all the way from £10,023 profit all the way down to 6,654. And realistically, once we take into account a few more returns and things that come in, we could probably, let's be realistic and say it probably goes down to about 6,000, maybe 6,200, something around there. So I don't think it'd go quite as low as 6,000. But yeah, so there you go. You can see it's actually, kind of crazy how much these things whittle down. Now, before we go on to talk more about the month, I want to talk about my sponsor, Protector Pro. Now, everything that I teach you is how I've become successful. And one of the reasons I've been successful is because I'm using a repricer, and I'm using the best repricer on the market, which is Protector Pro. Now, the reason that I like Protector Pro and that I bang on about it so much is because it literally is the best one that I've ever used. It uses AI to basically change your prices and absolutely maximize the profits you can make on your items. So a common misbelief is that you need to sell your item either undercutting people or be selling your item for the minimum price or matching the minimum price. That is just not true. If you get Protector Pro and give it a try, you'll see it actually gets you sales well above the minimum price, and you'll be absolutely shocked at how much more money it makes you. So if you want to give Protector Pro a go, let the AI algorithms in there, reprice your products and actually see how much more money they can make, then there's a link in the description for that. You can sign up for Protector Pro. You can get a 14-day free trial, and it really is the best repricer, and it is the secret to my success. So there we go, guys. You can see, we whittled down from 10,000 all the way down to 6,600. So now this is a bit of an unusual month because I have been sending in front loading a lot of those Q4 items. So those prep costs are a little bit higher than normal, but hopefully I'm going to see the rewards. I'm going to reap the rewards of these extra expenses now in Q4, and hopefully, I'm hoping not secretly because I'm announcing on YouTube, but I want to hit 20,000 profit in December, or at least November, December, whatever month it is. But yeah, that's my goal, is try and make 20,000 profit, before expenses and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. It's definitely possible. I've got about £120,000 worth of stock in Amazon. I've probably got another 5 or 10 on the way, maybe actually more, 15 actually, I think. So I've got to have a decent amount of stock in Amazon, and most of it is perfumes, aftershaves. I've not even done toys and video games and things like that this year. I've not got enough money to buy everything. But yeah, I've definitely been going heavy on the health and beauty, on the perfume side. You guys know I don't normally like health and beauty, but for Q4, I love it. So yeah, perfumes, aftershaves, all that kind of stuff I've been buying, loads of and sending into Amazon. So yeah, hopefully it's going to go really well. But yeah, overall it was not a bad month. Like I said, it started off really well and then just kind of whittled off, which is a bit of a shame, really. I wasn't sure what was going on. Nothing really. It's not like I sold some amazing stock at the beginning of the month. It was just a pretty I don't know, just a pretty slow month overall. And I think this is quite a normal thing in the run up to Christmas that people are saving money. So that's what I'm assuming anyway. I don't know. One thing I do need to do is start evaluating my prices again, just seeing if I can tweak those a little bit. Just to knock them down just a tiny bit to maybe encourage a few more sales. I've had this whole conversation, on my latest car vlog, where it's like the concept of either churning your stock for a lower profit or holding for the higher profit. And I'm not sure what I prefer really. I've always been a holder, holding out for the most profit, but I'll probably do a whole entire video talking around this. What's the best strategy? But yeah, I'm definitely thinking right now, I need to just maybe lower prices just a little bit, not too crazy, and just see if there's any products that I've got that are really close to my current price and where I'd be happy to, sell them. And actually, to be fair, there's a few items I've been clearing out this month. There's this particular item which I've now had for over a year, so God knows what it's cost me in storage costs, like over 400 of these units. It's like a supplement thing, and I'm now taking a 50p loss per item. It's just not going to recover. Just have to accept it. I've probably spent £1 per unit on storage. I don't know, it could even be more, and I'm just taking the L on those. So right now I'm selling those for a 50p loss, just trying to clear them out, get my money back, and then reinvest that money back into Q4 items. So I probably need to do be a bit more ruthless on some of the items I've got, so I can get some more money, so I can buy more perfumes, more aftershaves, more gift sets, more toys and video games, things like that for Christmas. It's not too late to prepare for Q4. We're just in beginning October now, so we've still got plenty of time to send items in. And depending on how many sort of employees Amazon hire this year, you should be able to send items in, up to the, say, 10th of December, realistically. Any later than that definitely gets a little bit iffy. But it all depends on how efficient Amazon are being this year when it comes to checking items in. Last year it was actually really good, but again, it's based on year to year. Depends on how many employees they get, how many temporary employees they get to help out during this sort of festive season. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Anyway, you might be surprised at how little profit I made from that £10,000. I was a little bit shocked myself, actually, but I knew I had quite a lot of prep costs this month. So yeah, but anyway, hope you enjoyed that video anyway. And if you want to learn another way that I source deals, check out this video here where I go over how you can use Source to find more Amazon deals. So if you're struggling to find deals, check out this video here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.